Hello, this is Shar from The Real Kitchen for Real People, and I trust that everyone is feeling and doing well and enjoying this time of the year. It is such a blessing to be able to go out and watch the flowers bloom and your garden bloom if you have one. But today I have a special recipe that I'd like to share with you, and it is called Spinach Frittata, and it's a breakfast dish, very elegant breakfast dish for breakfast parties or family gathering for breakfast, or it could be used for any time of the day, brunch or dinner. We've had it for dinner, but it is a delicious dish and very, very easy to make. And these are the ingredients. I have in this bowl 6 eggs that I've cracked, and milk, spinach, bell peppers if you want red and green. That's great, but you don't have to have both if you don't want to. And chopped onions. I have salt and pepper I will be adding. And if you have someone that don't like onions or allergic to onions or whatever, you can use onion powder. So let's whip these eggs up and get started. Okay, we're going to add our milk, and all the ingredients will be listed below in the description area. But add your milk and then whip your eggs up real good. And I whip my eggs until I see the little bubbles come up. Like that. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to add my spinach to the bowl and my bell peppers. And you're going to stir those in. I'm going to add my onions last after I stir this in. And it's a beautiful dish too. And what you'll do here is you'll have your egg mixture, and then you're going to have a cream cheese sauce to spread on top. Okay, I'm going to add my salt. And a little pepper. And stir. Okay, after you've mixed that up, you get you a baking dish, or you can sometimes use cupcakes if you're having something special, you know, little cupcake pans, and pour it in. But I'm going to use just my Pyrex here, and oiled it down, sprayed it down real good, and all you do is just pour this in there. Kind of move your spinach around in there so it'll be even. And then what I'm going to do with mine, since I have people that don't like onions, so what I'll do is put my onions on one side. But you can, on a normal mixture, you can just mix it all together if you don't have a problem with onions. So I'm just going to put the onions on one side of the batter. Okay, we'll do that, and that way everybody can have the side they want. But if you don't have any problems like that, you can just mix it all together. We're going to put this in a preheated oven at 385 for about 12 minutes. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to start on my cheese sauce. Okay, turn your heat under your saucepan. I have a small saucepan that I use for cheese sauce. You're going to put your butter in there and let it melt. And like I said, I'll have those ingredients for you down in the description area. That way I'll have the correct information. Because sometimes you get to cooking and you say the wrong thing or the wrong measurement. So I want to make sure I give you the correct measurements at the bottom. Okay. So we're going to melt this butter. As you can see, it's melting. And then we're going to add our flour to that. It's similar to making mac and cheese sauce. It's similar. It just don't have the added onions when you're making mac and cheese. But it's similar. So we're going to melt that. Going to add just a little salt to it. Okay. And then what we're going to do is stir in our flour. Okay, we're going to stir in that flour and mix it in there really well. That'd be like that kind of texture like that. I'm going to turn my fire down on low. And it'll be like that. Then we're going to add our milk. And you're just going to stir that in. Oops, making a mess here. You're going to stir that cup of milk into that flour and butter mixture. And you want to stir constantly, because it'll thicken. So I'll just turn the fire up just a bit. And let that thicken. And kind of watch it closely, because it'll thicken on you before you know it. Okay, after it's slightly thickened, then you want to add your cheese. And you can add any kind of cheese you want. I have 3 cheeses here. I have a extra sharp cheese. I have a Swiss cheese and a mozzarella cheese. So it's whatever you have at home. You can use pepper jack. That's a good one to use as well. You want a little heat to the cheese sauce. And then you just stir that in till it thickens. And be sure to continue to stir. Don't walk away from it, because it will stick. So you want to stir it continuously until they get the consistency you want, and then we'll turn it off and let it set. See, it's thickening some. Okay, that's the consistency of your cheese sauce. And you can add a little bit of parsley to that if you want, or bacon. You can add anything to your cheese sauce. I'm just going to add a little parsley to it, just to give it a little color. And then when my frittata is ready. I will spoon the cheese sauce over it to serve. Looks wonderful. And just taste it for if you need to add any salt to it or whatever. So we're waiting on that frittata to get done, and we'll be back. Let's clean up our workstation while we wait on the frittata to get finished cooking. Okay, I cooked it for 15 minutes, and this is the beautiful frittata. And I'm going to cut it and let you see how it look on the plate with the cheese sauce. And we're going to have a side order of bacon with our breakfast. Okay, here we have it. Our frittata with the cheese sauce. I'm going to pour it over it. And it is ready for me. So if you like this recipe, please give me thumbs up and let me know what you think. And if you have not already, please subscribe, and that'll help support the channel to keep you intact with awesome homemade recipes that you can pass down to your family and friends. So without further ado, I do believe I'm getting ready to chow down. You know, don't that look delicious? And remember, I will have the ingredients listed below. And I hope you enjoy another blessed day and enjoy this fantastic frittata breakfast. I'll talk to you later. Love, love. Be sure to let me know what you think about that jewel. Ooh, don't that look delicious? Wow.